8, 7. We're good. Go ahead.
Okay. Hello, everyone. Good afternoon. It's myself, Sheikh Mohammed Altaf, President of Christ King World Student Association, Christ King Education Institutions, Karkala, Udupi District, Karnataka. Hello, everyone who joined here, and welcome you all to the today's session. Life is all positive, focusing on career. So I would like to introduce today's speaker, Mr. Deek Parassini. Mr. Deek Parassini, healer of the mind. He believes that life is all positive and negativity does not exist. Deek is very passionate, energetic, and frank in his interactions. He has spoken to thousands of people of various age groups and touched their lives in the positivity. His mission is to serve the world by infusing positivity in the people's life. Formula of positive success is simple. Do better than yesterday. Rightly, well said by you, sir. Now, without wasting a single second, I would like to request you to take over today's session. Over to you, sir.
Perfect. Thank you, everyone, for this great show. I would like to thank, Altaf, Shannon, Gitika, from on behalf of everyone being a part of this show and bringing me on to this forum where I can actually discuss with various things with you people on career base. So what they told me is to pick specifically on career. So that's the plan. So I'm going to talk around that and revolve around that. As you know, most of you who are new to me, what I will do is first initially introduce myself, and I will tell my whole story and my career story, right? So that you people know as to what the plan is and how I've made my career at my life, right? So if you really look at it, I know what you're asking for. Yeah, so got it. So we're just trying to figure out some stuff, right? So this is Deek Parassini here. As you know, I'm a person who believes that life is all positive. There's nothing called negativity. And specifically, I've told by Christ, King Old Students Association to talk about career. So that's what I'm going to talk about today. And finally, it's going to slowly move to a question answer session where people can ask me any questions with regards to career. Let's focus the questions on career so that it benefits everyone in the crowd. You can put your comments, so not right now. Let me tell my story in your stories into your YouTube comments, and I will come to know what those comments are. And once I come to know what those comments are, we're going to select it onto the stream, and we're going to select the question and then take it from there. Just so that's how we're going to do it, right? So I'll just introduce myself first, just so that you all know, people who are new to me. For those people, I can just tell my story, right? I think I think everyone is looking for a story first. That's what I tell. I'm not a person who is really into stories, because stories is a waste of time. It's a waste of time for me. It's a waste of time for everyone else. So, but still, you people have to know who I am. Then only you will understand or believe me, right? So first, you will think that who am I? Why I'm here to talk about career? What's in it? What's career all about? Why I should talk about this? What you're going to learn from here. That will be the first question. More than learning, it will be a question answer session, which I've told previously, where you can ask me questions about career. You can ask me how to go through an interview. You can ask me how do I design my life. You can ask me. So basically, it's revolving around those questions which you're looking for, right? And that can come in your comments question, and then I'll pick it up and we'll work it up from there. Okay, so let me tell my quick story. I'll talk about my career. Guys, Christ King, everything is okay? All clear? You're in sync with the plan? Let me hear a yes to them. Okay.
Yes, sir.
So that's great. So we need to hear if they are also okay with what I'm doing, right? So let me talk about career here. I'll tell my story. Everything was great till 8th grade. That's what I say. Till 8th standard, everything is just perfect in life. But as time passes by, your board exam starts, and that's when you slowly start moving to an adult, right? So even my life was great till 8th, 9th. I was a very happy-go-lucky guy who just wants to, and from a very low, not a low middle class, maybe low, I can call myself as a low middle class family. So I was a person who was just eating, sleeping, studying, somehow pass and figure out your life. So I was a person like that. But then what happened was, along the line, I had great friends. I have a very good, strong group of friends. But on a longer run, I decided that if I go with my friends like this, I'm never ever going to reach anywhere in my life. So I disconnected from all my friends. There was a lot of fights and politics going on. So I thought, let me disconnect it completely from my friends and then be someone first, then go after someone. So that was my plan. Be someone first. Get this point very clear. Career, be someone first. Then you look around other stuffs. Because if you're not someone, whatever you do doesn't add any value to your life. So I wanted to be someone first. So I switched off my mobile for 2 years, went after success. Tip whoever wants to do the career in a very fast process. What I did is I opened up the classified, the job vacancy portal. So whatever dream you have right now, open up the job classified, right? Open up your job vacancy portal, whatever dream you have. So I asked my father that, and what do you want me to become? My father told me, go be a manager. So go be a manager. I was like thinking now, manager and all this thing, how this is all going to work out. I opened up the classified. To be a manager, you need almost 15 to 20 years of experience and an MBA. I did my calculation. When I did my calculation, I came to know that 15 years of an MBA, when you boil it all together, I'll only become a manager at the age of 50. So I didn't want to become an old manager, right? Because you have all the money, you have all this luxury, but then you can't enjoy your life. So then I thought, let's just forget all this and start working as quick as I can, because I need to get this 20 years of an experience. So at the age of 18, I started working and studying. So I started working and studying means early morning from 8 to 3, I was doing work. My first job was a secretary. And after that, I was doing my BSc in Business Administration from a US university. So I did that for 3 years. So another tip in terms of career, never ever decline a job when you don't have a job. Whichever job you have, take it. They pay you or they don't pay you, just go take it, because you learn a lot when you start working with people. So my first job was a secretary's job at the age of 18. After the age of 18, I never took 1 rupee from my father, right? It was all completely, from there on, I never take any money from my parents, right? Because I'm working, right? And my salary was coming in. All my education, all my college, all my masters, I all paid it on my own. So again, even you can do it. See, I'm here from a normal family, have nothing, no contacts, no nothing, no influence. No, my father's not, he was just a normal accountant, right? So I went after a job. I went and talked to all my uncles, any job, any job, any job. I want to get a job. So one uncle told, come work as secretary, you can enjoy, right? So I said, okay, work as secretary. Everyone made fun of me. You're going after money. I said it, I'm getting paid. That's all matters. So I started working as secretary. I got promoted once as a senior depot administrator. So that's the job which I got signed up for, right? After that, I finished my bachelor's, something very strange happened. I have got a new career opportunity as a storekeeper. Storekeeper, but in a gas turbine. You know the aircraft engines, gas turbines? So they started having some vacancies. So that is where I came to know about the vacancy. So one of my person, because I have to keep promoting everyone. I'm ready to work for free. Job is there. Feel free to be. So what happened is that I moved to that storekeeper's job. Everyone will say the biggest career mistake you have done in your life. You are an administrator, senior administrator's job. Why did you move to storekeeper? But my question to you is that if they paid me double the salary, wouldn't you move? Right? Anyone pays double the salary, you will obviously move. So that is when your friends start coming to you. Yeah, you're doing very big mistake. Don't do this. Right? So friends started coming, then uncles and aunties of the world, right? The free people of the world, they will just come and tell you, beta, don't do this, beta, don't go after money, beta, don't do all this thing. So that also I told them double the salary. Then my mother, father came, right? To them, I also told them, mama, double the salary. I'm not taking any money from you. So let me just take this risk and go for it. So I went for that job. Double the salary. I wanted to make quick money. I went after double the salary. But then after my bachelor's, I decided not to study ever. The biggest mistake I've done. If you want to have growth in career, you should constantly improve. You should constantly study. You should constantly do certifications. Just constantly start working. That is a mistake I've done, because if I would have worked, if I would have studied, I would be standing 3 years before in front of you. Right now I'm studying and standing in front of you is just because I've delayed my 3 years and I'm standing in front of you. That is my belief and my experience as to what I've learned. So let's continue with the story. So I've started working as a storekeeper. The thing what I did in storekeeping was I used to go and help everyone. I used to work as a technician for free. I used to work as a customer support. I used to go and be the IT support for the technical managers. So I used to do everything because my objective was to learn. If you want career growth, you should keep money aside, right? Because if you're focused on money, you might take wrong careers into your path. You might take wrong stuff. If you're focused on the learning, if you're focused on the growing, then it's a different pattern. The same career will start shifting on a different level. So I got into storekeeping. After I went to storekeeping, I used to go and help everyone. And then once what happened is the customer support representative came to know that I'm a very helping guy. So he thought, let me misuse this guy. So so he thought he's going on leave for 1 month. So once he wanted to go on leave for 1 month, he comes to me and says, can you take over my job for 1 month? I was like, holy, this is a big responsibility. So when I started doing that, and I took over the job, I used to work early morning till afternoon, my job, evening without any pay, overtime, I used to sit and do his job just because I want to learn the job. He comes back, he resigns. Who's the next best candidate for that job, right? That's me. And that's how I moved from storekeeping to customer support. Once I was in the customer support thing, my target is close by because I was reporting to the customer support manager. So customer support manager was really close to my link, and that's my dream, to be a manager. So what I did there is, boss, you sit free, I will, you sit free, I will do your job. So again, no pay, started doing my boss's job. Boss, you sit free, I will take care. Boss, you sit free, I will take care. So I started doing this. The sales manager saw the customer support manager sitting very free. So he was confused, why this guy is so free, right? So when he was confused why this guy was free, he started investigating and came to know that I was the one who was sitting here and helping him out. So he told, would you like to join our department? I said, like, yes, why not? If you promote me, I will join. That's how I moved from, moved from the current, from customer support to sales. So then what happened is, after I went to sales, they called me sales representative. There was a reorganization which was happening. They wanted a sales engineer in the job. I don't have an engineering degree. So everyone was after me, right? How come we can give that sales engineer's job? There's a new managers coming in because the reorganization, how can they get this job? They took interviews for aeronautical engineers. They took interviews for mechanical engineers. Everyone started trying to hit me back because the reorganizing new managers, right? But the team always supported me because I've helped. So there was no one who understood the complete system. Where everyone was coming new, I was already in the system. I worked as stores. I worked as a technician. I worked in the clean line. I worked in the customer support. So the knowledge which I have, which I worked for free, started working for me. So slowly, I started moving. And then I started, they called for an interview. Finally, they interviewed me. I gave them all the answers, and there were no other choice than to give me that sales engineer's job. But the funniest part is, since I didn't have an engineering degree, what they had to do is that they had to change the designation as a senior technical sales representative. I was like, yay, engineers, I have technical next to my name. So it was very cool. I was very happy with that. I was like, come on, commerce guy doing engineer's job, let's do it, right? So it was very, 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 very great achievement, which I feel all thanks to God for it. So that's how I moved to that. Then I came to know that, 3 years I worked in stores, I never got promotion, so I need to go and do an MBA. So I started doing MBA also. MBA, I did weekend classes, which means I need to travel 3 hours from 6 to 9. I used to travel, do my MBA from 6 to 9, and then come back, travel, reach back home at, I used to study from 9 to 6 and I travel back 3 hours. People say long distance studies is a waste of time. If you have a good plan, even long distance planning can be done. So I used to travel 3 hours, 9 to 6, and then travel 6 hours, reach back at home to 9. So that's how I used to do my MBA. People can tell me I'm crazy doing all this. Why you're working so hard? But now everyone is saying you should work like this guy, right? Because the competition is hard. Because so much competition is there. If you go and study what everyone is doing, the competition, you yourself is creating a competition being in that. So what I did was, my friends are all enjoying life in college. Let me work, right? Because I want to be a manager, right? And I want to fasten the process and I don't want to be an old manager. So I became a senior technical sales rep. I finished my MBA. So I worked for almost 2 years in that job. And that is when, right now, I'm working as a regional sales manager for Middle East and South Asia. That's the region which I cover. I report to a Canadian company based in Canada. I'm working from home. I'm the only one based in Abu Dhabi, where I'm talking from. And that's the job I have right now. You'll ask me how I got that job. When I was a senior technical sales representative, what I used to do is that, customers, sit free. I will help you and in the best possible way. Right? So I used to do customer's job. Customer, you give me this job. No. IT support, I'll help you. No. Whatever, let me do it for you. So I started doing that. When I was helping one of the customers, my current boss, was in the other cabin. He was introducing him. Then I thought, oh, this guy's in town. Let me go and call him. I called him. He called for a meeting. I said, let's meet up. I said, you need someone in country. And he gave an interview. At the end of my interview, he did 3 interviews and he took me 1 year to give me the job. After every interview, what I used to do is that one statement, boss, you talk to any colleague who I've worked with, you talk with any customer I have worked with. If someone gives you a negative feedback, don't give me a job, right? That is what the confidence I was going to tell him and close. I close my thing like this. So he goes and calls his ex-colleague who used to work in my company, who was a technical manager. He calls him and asks my feedback. I used to help him in Excel when I was sitting in stores. I used to help him in Excel. He had no other choice than to give me a good feedback. And that's how I got my regional sales manager's job. And I became a regional sales manager at the age of 30, right? So basically, I've saved 20 years where the whole system says you can only be a manager at the age of 50. I've crushed it up and became a manager at the age of 30. And now I'm working there for almost 8 years now. I've been working right now. I'm still working. And then slowly, what happened was they already called me after 3 years of my working. They told me, I'll promote you, but come to Canada. But it was so cold. It was so frustrating. I was like, I don't want any promotion. I will sit here. I'm happy with what I'm doing right now because I had this mission, which I've started in spreading positivity. So it gives me all the flexibility of time, working from home, flexible timings. As long as my Canada is happy with what I'm doing, I can do anything. That's why I'm live today, right? It's a working day, but still I'm live today. Sunday is a working day in the Middle East, and I'm still working. So that's my career. I did even MSc in business psychology from Heriot-Watt, UK, right? So my education is 3, BSc in business administration from a US university, MBA from Birla Institute of Technology, BIT Ranchi, and I did my MSc in business psychology from Heriot-Watt, which is a UK university. I was very curious to find out why US, why Indian, why UK. So I did all 3 to figure out, which is the best way to go, right? All thanks to God that I could do it. And I'm working here since the age of 18, I'm working. And then I've started a new mission on spreading positivity to the world, where I saw a lot of kids struggling with depression, which I don't believe exists, which is all created things. So slowly, I started talking to kids, making them understand stuffs, making them understand what value is all about. So I started doing that from the last 3 years, and I've been still doing it. And then finally, Sharon is the one who actually pushed me through this. You can do it for our old association. He went and talked to his other team members, and then Altaf, the president, actually gave us a go ahead, and I'm standing in front of you live, right? So that's just a career path where I'm trying to show you that how a normal, basic accountant's dad, son, who's from a middle class, literally struggling. You're not struggling. It's like having an okay life. Okay life means you need special permission to buy anything, right? That's the best way I would say for an okay life, right? But now in a great life, I travel all around the world. I stay in all the best places to stay in, for my work. And plus I do my sessions all. See, the other thing is I do all my sessions free of charge. That's one crazy thing people tell me I'm crazy for doing. But if everyone is charging, I thought, why not I do it for free, right? So that was my intention, because when I was in the mode of motivation, when I was in search for success, it was all expensive, right? I was like, why everyone is charging for stuff? Because when I researched all the motivational speakers, they're not talking anything new. They have been talking of what has been already we talked, but in a different form, in a different graphic, in a different thing. And they're charging tons and monies for that. So I was like, it is really not helping anyone. So I thought, let me do this free as giving back to the community. I'm always thankful to God that I have a great job. But this job, I thought, let me give it back to the community in the best possible way so that people can learn from life, right? All I tell people is meet me once, clear all your doubts. Don't meet me after that, because I'm going to clear all your doubts from birth to death. That's what I tell people. And yeah, and that's it. I think I told my career story. I think I took some 20 minutes to tell that. Why I told the story is just to make you understand that it is possible, right? It's not trying to show off. It is just that if you work hard, the things will work for you. But most people don't do that, right? So guys, I just, I hope it was okay. Altaf, Sharon, you're okay with it? I hope my talk was fine. So that's just an overview of.
Yes, sir.
I can go on talk about career, right? But the point here is that rather than me going one-sided talk, I would like to have your questions on the YouTube comments column, which will show up in the system, and I'm going to select it and do it for you. But before that, I think, Christ King Old Students Association people have some questions already prepared. So I'm going to listen to that and start replying to that, because now, so people who are viewing on YouTube, it's a webinar. There are specific people which you're seeing on the screen on right hand side. They are the people who's organizing the show. So what they told me is that after I tell my story, they're going to ask few questions related to career. They can ask about me also if you want to. I don't know what questions they're going to ask me. It's not prepared. I don't do prepared talks. I do instant talks, because the questions come from that person, from their heart. So if I understand the heart and give back answer to the heart, the problem gets solved, right? So that's the reason I don't do it. Go ahead, guys. You have any questions, feel free to ask me, and then we will take the questions from the comments column. I hope it's not too long.
Yes, sir. We have one question.
Yes.
From Deek Parassini, and he is asking that how to be a successful person in life.
How to be? Who was the question? Is it asked in YouTube?
Sir?
Is it asked in YouTube, or you have asked from your own friends?
YouTube.
What's his name?
Deek Parassini. First question, sir.
First question. Deek Parassini. Where's that? Hold on. Let's just select the question so that it looks really cool. I don't know. Why can't I find? I can Praful Amod. Very nice. Okay, forget it. I don't think there's so many questions have come. What time was it, if you don't mind? You can find it?
Sir, I forgot to saw time.
Okay, forgot it. Okay, let me just ask that question. So question was how to be successful in life.
Yes, sir.
Everyone in the world is successful if you improve from yesterday to today. When you say yesterday to today means in 5 aspects of life, which is relationship, education, health, finance, and love. These are the 5 aspects which I believe gives you a positive life. If you balance these 5 aspects, you will be successful. For example, most people define success in terms of money. How I would say it and make you understand in best possible way is that a farmer is making 10,000 rupees. Next year, he makes 20,000 rupees. Example 1. Example 2. A doctor makes 1 lakh rupees. Next year, he makes 1 lakh rupees. He's okay with his growth. A businessman makes 1 crore rupees. Next year, he makes half crore rupees. Who would you say is more successful? Most people will say half crore, 1 lakh, and 20,000, and say half crores is much more successful. I wouldn't say it from that way. I would say who actually grew, who made 10,000, 20,000. For me, the farmer is successful, not the businessman. But the businessman made half a lakh. Next year, he makes 5 crore, and the farmer stays in 20. I would say the businessman is successful. So success should be defined by growth and not by a number. So sometimes you define success by he got 20 marks, I got 10 marks. Success, bad way to define success. I was 5, I made it 10. He was 19, he made it 20. I am more successful than him, than the other person. When you start seeing success from this point of view, you will see only your growth. When you say success, which means you have a failure. When you say success, you're comparing yourself to someone to define what your success is. Stop doing that. That is not real success. So what you need to do is that differentiate that. Compare. Yesterday, I woke up at 7 a.m. Today, am I waking up at 7:55? Sorry, 6:55. You have improved 5 minutes. So do that 5 minutes, 5 minutes, 5 minutes. After 1 month, make it 6:30. You've improved that half an hour. So every 5 aspects, relationship. Am I being a good son, good friend, good human being every day? Am I improving my health every day? Am I improving my education every day? Am I increasing my finance? How to manage finance, how to save, how to invest every day, right? If you're improving that, my bank balance, now it is 1 lakh. Next year, I'll make it 2 lakhs. Then you're on a success plan. And that is how you got to define success. Not comparing, he's reached there, I want to reach there, he's successful. And there are many people who have a lot of money, but no relationship to share with. What is the use of that? There are many people with very senior post, but can't walk, not healthy. What is the point of that? So it's that balance. And success is defined from yesterday to today, and it only revolves around you, if I am growing or not. I hope, Gitika, I've answered that question with that regards.
Yeah, sir. So the next question from Mr. Sham. So he want to ask that how to be stable-minded in our own way.
Stable-minded. It's not a career-related question, but still the question. I saw that question. That's really cool question. Yeah. Let me pick that. Okay, so show. Let's see if it works. Oh, hide. Yeah. Okay, perfect. Oh, that's beautiful, man. This is really cool. Right. No, we are trying out a new thing. Christ King actually gave me an opportunity to try out new stuff. So we're trying out some new thing. So the next question is from Sham. How to be stable in one way. Now the point is, guys, mind is not a stable thing. It is a very free thinker. It's going to keep thinking regardless of whatever you do. Don't try to stable your mind. Many people tell to control your mind. Controlling your mind is a waste of time. That's what I would say. Because mind is a thinker. Why do you want to control it and bring frustration, bring depression and all this in created word? So mind is a thinker. Give it good things to think. When it's good thing to think, you freely think. What's the problem? Why control it? Why stabilize it? If you are seeing good stuffs, automatically your mind will become good. So how to have a positive mind, not a stable mind. How to have a positive mind is to see what is good, hear what is good, smell what is good, eat and taste what is good, and feel what is good, right? When you start doing that, automatically your things will start driving. Automatically, your positive mind will A mind cannot think what you don't know. A mind cannot think what you don't know. So give it good things to think. It will think 2-3 things and link it and bring out a new thing. But then it can't think anything new. I can never think about what is happening in Africa, in the capital of what do you say, Somalia. I can never think that, right? Because I don't know about it. So your mind will only think about India, Abu Dhabi. It will only think of that. And how I came to know about Abu Dhabi? Because I stay in Abu Dhabi. So it is all what you know. So don't try to stabilize your mind. Don't try to control your mind. Leave it free to think. Only then ideas will come. No, then only new things will come. No, you would leave it to think. But positive. When you see a bad scene, what do? You will see it more. When you're watching a movie, you see a girl treated very badly. What do you see? Oh, she's getting treated very badly. Let me have a look at it. Very interesting, very thrilling. For what are you putting that crap into your system? Right? So, for example, there's a big murder scene where blood is flashing and all that. Oh, very nice, I'm feeling thrill, killing. So, what is happening? You're feeling that into your mind. So, what happens? For example, a son sees a father. A son is shouting back to this father. Father was telling something strict, and son was shouting. So what happens? Your mind is seeing son was shouting, son was shouting, son was shouting, son was shouting. Suddenly your papa will come, by autopilot, the son will shout. Right? So it is autopilot. So how your mind is not thinking, it is already sitting in your subconscious mind, which people say, right? At the end of the day, what you have to understand is filter. What I tell people is that stand guard as a watchkeeper in front of your five senses and allow positive things to get into it. I'm telling you, your mind will become positive. Your mind will automatically become stable, which you're looking for, because it is at peace. When the mind is at peace, let it think good things. I'll tell you something. When you look at nature, right, what happens? You get all the peace. You're thinking, you're seeing the nature, you're enjoying it. Why you're getting that peace? So if you can sit in the home and you think positive, you get the same stable which you're looking for. I hope, Shyam, I've answered that question. Yes, no, forget it. Anyways, we can't pick him anyway. So next question. Let's Gitika, tell me, shoot. Or someone.
It's from Sanjay Sharma.
Sanjay Sharma. Very big question.
Yeah.
Good evening, Parshni. Is how can a person be positive in a pandemic situation while working at home, like cases of domestic violence, child abuse have increased rapidly so at COVID? See, that's this is what I'm talking about, right? So when you say working at home, like the cases of domestic violence, child, okay, now you're saying about this pandemic, you're saying about child abuse, all this thing is happening. First, you got to find out is it happening in your life or not, right? People get so involved in other people's abuse that they themselves think that I want to save the world, right? First, you got to save yourself, then go save the world, right? So at the end of the day, now let me take it from the other point of view. When there was no domestic, when there was no COVID, there was a lot of rapes happening. Now that has stopped, right? So what you don't understand here is the world, all these negative things will happen. You cannot stop domestic violence. You can't stop rape. You can't stop any of these things in this world. It will keep happening. It has happened 1,000 years ago. It is going to happen 1,000 years in future also. But your point is, am I a good individual? Am I exposing my daughter to these things through TV? Am I exposed? So for example, let me give an example here. Why I feel bad of many situations. Let me give you a simple example. What I felt, I've talked to many girls in my life. They're all scared to go outside because they think that every second person is going to rape them. I'm going to talk a very serious topic here, right? But what happens is why is that fear coming into their system? Because half the time they see the news which relate to that bad news. So when you constantly see this, then the next news will be, oh, brother raped the daughter. Sorry, brother raped the sister. So then you have a brother, you tend to doubt in your mind that my brother also will do this. Then you say, father did this. Oh, my father also can do this. Okay, your father loves you. Your brother loves you. But we expose ourselves so much that we tend to doubt everyone. And when you give a doubting energy to the world, automatically what happens there is, your mind becomes weak. Always remember something. The lion is always after the weak deer, right? Lion is always after the weak deer. Make sure you make it from the positive sense so that you also, so what you need to do is COVID, many people are losing job. Many people are losing life. Many divorces also happening because husband and wife have come together in the same home because of COVID. They're not managing that. They never had the relationship. But on the other side also, there is many child and families which is building up now. Many families are bonding together because of this COVID situation. Many children are opening up to their parents because of the COVID situation. Many parents are so free now, they have time to talk to their children. That is also a positive thing of the same COVID which you're talking of child abuse. So what you have to see here is get this very clear. Am I improving? Is my life changing? Am I treating my child in the best possible way? Focus on that. When your family starts improving, your daughter and your son will also start improving. And when she gets married, she will improve that family and it will go on that way. But if you start involving yourself into so much of these cases which is going on, you're polluting your mind, you're polluting yourself, and that your daughter is going to see. She might get, because she's going to give out that energy. I might be domestic violence, domestic violence. She'll go to a husband who has domestic violence because that is the energy which she's giving out. I hope I've answered the question indirectly. Gitika, you're happy with the answer? Because I had to ask, Christ King guys, if I've answered the question to the mark. If not, if you have questions also, you can ask me, right? Good? Yes? No? I touched a very typical, very sensitive topic. But then I'm just telling you how you go to see life. If everyone starts limiting yourself on all these negative thing a lot, automatically the world will start improving. But we don't. We get exposed to so much of this thing and then we react based on those situations, right? I hope I've answered the question, Sanjay. Yes. Gitika, next question.
The next question is from Ashwini Tarpure.
Okay. Everyone's asking. See, I want questions related to career because you guys told me talk specifically on career. This is all talking about revolving on. Altaf, can I divert or to stay in career? Okay, let's go career, right? Guys, you had some questions. I thought, Saurabh was saying there's a team from you guys who will be answering this question, asking questions, no? No?
Yes, we will ask it later, sir.
Okay, ask it later. So let me ask, this is question related to, Safan is asking, I'm a student, I'm going to right? I'm going to do a board exam and I'm not unable to concentrate. Again, this is not career related. It's not career related. Again, but anyways, it's related to a career which is going to build up with time. So let's do it from this way. Concentration is a choice, right? I'll ask you a simple question. When you have your friend's birthday party tomorrow, do you forget that? No. When you have a picnic tomorrow, do you forget that? No. When you have, your own birthday, right? You'll 100% concentrate. You have your most favorite show which is going on, 100% concentration. You have the most favorite movie is coming out tomorrow, 100% concentration. 3 hours of movie, you're sitting with full concentration. How? Ever thought of that question? Think it from this point of view, right? You're concentrating on things, what is important for you. What is not important for you, you won't concentrate. So studies and board exam, you should know why you're writing the board exam. Most people study because they think that everyone is studying, I also want to study. My mother, father are telling to study, so I want to study. If that is the thought process which you have in life, you can't study. So find out why you want to study. Find out what's the objective behind my studies. Automatically, the concentration will come. Same like you watching movie for 3 hours when it's the most favorite actor which is going on. I hope I've answered your question. Safan Ahmed Hitler. See now, see that. He has a Hitler next to his name. Ahmed, I'm not making fun of you. See, that's the thing which people don't have to change. You need to get positive with your name. You need to get positive with your display picture. You need to get positive from that point of view, right? Go ahead, Gatika. Any more question? Or I pick out on my own? Everyone is asking career. No one is asking about career-related question. I think everyone is. It's students, I think.
So here is one question from Shivaraj Maharaj.
Yeah,
What's
the question?
Sir, he is asking, according to you, either learning something from everything is good or learning everything from something is good?
Oh, this is a quote. Learning something from everything
is good or
from something. Okay, so this is a very fancy question. Okay, let me just shut down of this question. No, that's a very good, interesting question. Is it there in the question section? I really like the question.
Shivraj Mahajan, sir.
I can't. Sanjay Sharan has just loaded my stuff. Anyways, so I'll get to that question. So the next question asked is, should I learn something from everything, or should I learn everything from something? It depends on your capacity. What you got to understand here is there are two types of people. One, they know everything, who's of no use to the world, right? Because they know everything, right? You build up this huge ego. Oh, I know everything. When you have that ego of I know everything, you can never properly think, and your mindset begins to build up that ego where you don't get support from anyone, and it starts to work against you. The other thing, what you got to understand here is there is one person who knows to do their stuff in the best possible way and gets the right answers for the people, right? So knowing everything is good, but if it builds up ego, then it is dangerous for you. Now, for example, if you know all the words in the dictionary and you are not using all the words in your English language, that is a waste of time for you and waste of time for the world. So what I would say is whatever you have to know to change your life, to change your career, know everything about it so that you be something with time. For example, if you are staying in India and you want to be an English teacher, all you need to know is English, not Hindi or not Marathi or not any other languages which revolves around that. So your point is, I would say, know everything about some things which relates to your life, so that it makes a difference. This relates to your life, many people miss, right? Because if it's non-related to your life, even knowing that something is of no use, you knowing about US doesn't make any difference to your life? No. So see it from that point of view. I hope I've answered that question. Go ahead.
Okay, sir. So next question.
Oh, yeah, this is the question.
From Soumya Saxena. So she is asking how to know which is the best career for us.
Okay, I got it. There is no best career for anyone. So basically, you have to select the career based on the capacity and the strengths which you have. For example, most of the people ask me how to select a career, right? So it's good. Finally, thanks a lot, Soumya, for asking a career-related question, right? So let's see from this point of view. I don't know what you do, I don't know what's your education or what you do, but in simple way, how do you select your career is you need to go back into your history and find out which is my most favorite subject and which subject I relate to and which subject I can study with ease. If that is that subject which you like, you need to link back and link forward and see what careers are available with that. For example, you might like bio, you might like physics, you might like, whatever subject it is. So if you like bio, for example, that's a subject. Don't select the subject based on which teacher I like, subject which you like at the end. So if you have that subject, what you need to do is that slowly move up to, go on the future, see what opportunities do I have in bio. You can be a doctor, you can be a biotechnologist, you can be various other things. After doctor, what next? So then you need to build up and go forward and fix up a career and then work towards it. That's one way. The other way of selecting the best career is to go forward, which means pick, I want to be a doctor, or pick, I want to be an engineer, or pick, I want to be a manager, or pick, I want to be a CEO, like how I did. I want to be a manager. So what? Then I went backwards. I need 15 years of experience. Okay, start working. I need an MBA. Okay, start studying, right? And then build it up. Every career is a best career if you really look at it. Even a sweeper can make a lot of money. For example, people ask me, tell me, do you have to have a specific career to be successful? Any career you can be. If you know to clean the floor in the best possible way, if you keep cleaning, think you have a contract with cleaning. You clean in the best possible way. A person comes for the party, sees his clean room. Don't you think they will call you to come there? And then slowly you have to add more people as more requests begins to come. So don't focus your stuff on which career I need. At the end of the day, look at your capacity. What do you like? The problem with most of the careers is when parents start involving and putting their career dreams into the kids. That is the other side of the whole discussion, which I can talk about. But that is where the main problem with career is. But at the end of the day, do and select that career based on that, because money can be made in any career, whichever you like. Right? I hope I've answered the question, Soumya. So, Gitika, which question do I pick next?
So, next question is from Mahalakshmi Shanbag, sir. So, she is asking how to overcome with our weakness.
How to overcome our weakness. Again, this is non-career question. Do I answer non-career questions? Okay. So no problem. How to see weakness. And okay, so we are getting good comments that Shivraj got his answer. That's really great. Okay, Soumya also got the answer. That's great. So next question was once again, what is it? Okay, that's a question from Christ King Institutions, Karkala. Let's take that question. I think it's from the organization. Okay, good afternoon. Could you please tell our students how our students can become self-employed and if they cannot get a desired job? So let me take that question. It's a very serious question also. It's a very great question too. Can you just mute? Okay. Whose sound is coming back? Okay, fine. Now it's good. Right. So let me give an answer to the students of Christ King Institute. Okay. Let's see it from this way. To be self-employed, right? There is so many things. You need a certain skill at the end of the day. Without any skill, you can't be self-employed. Because when you say self-employed, you yourself can have that capacity or that certain skill to employ yourself, which means you have that skill. In return, you give back, or in return, you give that service and you get money for that. So the point here is always remember something, where if you are in a status where you think that you won't get your desired job, you need to build up your own skills or a bunch of skills based on your capacity, so that in case you don't get your desired job, you can get self-employed. And once you're self-employed, you get money start flowing in, you go and get trained to get your desired job and get that education into your system, and then go and get your desired job. Don't die doing your self-employed, which you don't like, because you're going to have this empty dream within yourself, which could work against you, right? So what you need to do is that whatever job, now, for example, speaking is a self-employed stuff, right? You can speak, right? For example, freelancers is self-employed. For example, carpenter, all they are self-employed, right? At the end of the day. So see it from that point of view, right? But whatever desired job you have, make sure you don't leave that. Get this other jobs which you can and build up that, and then go and do your desired job. I hope I've answered that question, right? Guys, I need response from Christ guys over here to know that I've done that, right? So, okay, next question.
Sir, next question is from Primal Lobo. It's a very good question, sir. How to choose career after our study when our parents are against us? Okay, that's a very serious question. Okay, so so how do you select your career if your parents are against you? If I have an idea, okay, let me give an example. You want to be let me give an example. So she wants to select a career, parents are against you. So let's take most of the skills, what people want to do is that, let's take a girl wants to be, if she's there and if she can tell me what that two career is conflicting, I could make it easier, but I will just make it a little more simpler, but we will wait her to comment if she listens to this. Let's take it this way. You are you want to be a fashion designer. Okay, let's do you want to be a fashion designer. That's the dream which you have. Your parents are saying go be an engineer. Okay, fashion designer versus engineering. Gitika, that's a good example. Okay, so she's saying yes. Yes, sir, good example.
So that's a good example. So you want to be a fashion designer, your mother want to be an engineer. Always remember something, your parents have taken care of you for 18 years. You doing 3 years of engineer, nothing is going to happen to your life. Don't think that you're going to lose the biggest opportunity of your life. They'll be happy you doing engineering. So go and do whatever education you have. But then the second thing is what I tell is that you have this free time. Right? Engineering, when you join engineering, I'm sure you won't be studying 24 hours a day. You have this lot of free time with you. You have a lot of holidays. Study fashion designing, read about fashion designing, see part-time courses on fashion designing. Tell your mama, papa, I will do engineering, I will do that. I'll make sure I'll get it. But free time, you should allow me to do what I want to do. Weekends, fashion designing. Only you might limit your friends also, but only have fashion designing friends. And slowly, you go for a party, you tell uncles and aunties, auntie, don't do it this way, wear it this way. This texture is not good. This material is not good. You should do this material that will match your color. You start giving feedback to people in marriages in a very positive sense. People start listening. Next time they say, hey, next marriage, can you help me design this dress? They will come after you. Automatically, slowly, you will become a fashion designer with time. Right? But then what happens is that mama, papa, engineer, me, fashion designer. You both conflict and fight. When you conflict and fight, you will only lose because they are paying for your fees. Right? So always remember that free time, work on your dream. Now, the other thing is you should have a proper plan for your dream also. Most fight happens, mama says engineering, the child will say fashion designing. That is it. The child don't know what is fashion designing, how much money you need. Sometimes you need to sponsor your own thing. Sometimes you need money. Maybe you have to work as an engineer, make that money for 5 years, then slowly with that money get into fashion designing. Right? So there's many ways to achieve your dream. Don't kill your dream. What you need to do is that work on your dream, free time, cut down all these too much of entertainment. 3 hours of movie, you have lost 3 hours of your life watching someone else fashion designing and making money. On the same hand, I'm watching movie to how the dress is designed. That is again positive. But are you doing that? No. Oh, Shah Rukh Khan is very emotional. I feel good about seeing Shah Rukh Khan. But how his hairstyle is? What is he dressing? That is how a fashion designer thinks. Are you thinking it that way? Then you will achieve your goal with time. But if you're not thinking that way, then you got to be careful. Maybe sometimes you might be a civil engineer and you will be in charge of designing a fashion designer's home. And maybe you link that time and then you say, man, this guy has more capacity in fashion design. Maybe your thing will open up, right? So you should see it from that point of view. Free time, keep working on your dream. I'm telling you, you will achieve your dream. But when you sit down and say, mama's not allowing, my dream is gone, I want to go and join Nifty, not the other educations, that is when you're asking trouble for yourself, right? So see it from that point of view. That way you will win, your parents will be happy, and everyone else will be happy. Geetika, did I give a good questions, good answer?
Yeah, sir. Satisfied, sir.
Perfect.
Next is question from Bhakti Goyal. So she is asking how to overcome of fear of public speaking, sir. I can relate it to this question also.
Oh, you can really fear of public speaking. That's my favorite thing.
Yeah,
Okay, so I got that question also. Okay. Public speaking. I'm a person who believes that public speaking can be improved in just 5 minutes. I don't know who of you have seen my live my shows which I've recorded in my YouTube. What I do there is I bring a child who never spoke on stage. In 5 minutes, I make her speak. This fear of public speaking is actually a myth which most of the people have put in people's head. I don't know. I don't know if you heard this quote that fear of public speaking is number one and second is fear of death. That is a quote which is made by public speaking companies to get you joined for public speaking training, right? The other thing is many people join this public speaking courses where it is completely a classroom course on public speaking. You're never ever going to be a public speaker. You can't be a public speaker quite very easily also. The secret of public speaking is stage time. The secret of public speaking is stage time. The more time you spend on stage, the more improvement you will have in public speaking. For example, how do I improve a girl in 5 minutes when she comes on stage and literally she speaks as a normal speaker? First thing, if you want to improve public speaking, go and talk in front of a mirror. When you talk in front of the mirror, you see how other people are seeing you. Most of the fear which comes in public speaking is when you go in front of a stage, you see people and then you think that what they're thinking about me. Right? When I go on my sessions, I ask students, stand up and ask me any question, everyone will fear. Why? If I stand up, what if I say something wrong? What will people think about me? Right? That is point number one. People will always think bad about you. Go ahead and do public speaking. You can't change people's mind at the end of the day. Right? That is the first thing. Second thing is, if you have fear of public speaking, don't go and directly go and stand in front of a big stage. Go and talk in front of your mother, father, who you're most comfortable with. If you can talk one-on-one with any person, you can be a good public speaker. So if I can talk to you, you can talk to your friends in a very good sense. You're a public speaker. But can you see everyone who I'm talking to is as my friends? That is a question you have to ask. So if everyone is my friend, I can public speak to 1,800. Maximum I've talked in front of 800 people. Right? And 800 people, all this question answer directly. People ask me these questions. The next thing is stage time. When you're in your college, okay, when you're starting work, when your teacher's coming to your college, right? In your classroom, 5 minutes before, go and sit in front of your classroom, right? Go and sit in front of your classroom. And then what you need to do is that observe the students. And slowly, the more you observe, the more you feel comfortable. If there's a stage show which is happening, don't go and start talking in front of the stage. Go and sit in front of the stage. Have you ever noticed all these big stages, all the VIPs are put on the stage? Have you noticed that? You know why they do it? Because they get comfortable with the stage. You will never see someone sitting down and you pick him on the stage and bring him and talk. That is an indirect strategy which people have applied into life. People are not unknown of it, but they do it because you sit, you get comfortable in the stage, then you can go and freely talk. I think I've given you some of the tips of public speaking. Stage time. The more you expose to the stage, the more you can talk as a public speaker. The other thing is, don't by heart your topic. If you by heart your topic, the fear will start coming in. It should come through you. It should not come from your brain. It should come from your heart. See, when I talk from my heart. I don't need anything. I'm not even thinking. I just talk, right? And when you talk, people will feel it. There are many public speakers, when you go and see, they're not connecting. Why? Because they're talking from their mind. When you talk from your mind, you can't connect. You will talk from your heart. I hope I've answered Bhakti's question and Gitika's question.
Yeah, sir. So next question is from Joyston D'Souza, sir. So he is asking how to manage both study and working.
Okay, I got his question. D'Souza, that's a very great question. So let's see it from this point of view. How to manage both work and studies. I've been doing it from the last, since the age of 18. It's a long time, right? I've been doing working and studying, and I'm still right now, although I'm working, what I'm doing of spreading life is positive is my studying, right? That's what I'm doing right now, right? How do you do it is, first thing, people who are working and studying, the biggest mistake, what they do is they compare themselves with people who are only studying. Stop doing that, right? Because person who's only studying will always score more than you. But people who are working and studying will always do less than that. If you accept this, 70% of working and studying issue is solved, right? Because your performance will be lower in studies, your performance will be low in work because you're doing two together. But always remember, second thing, you have 70 marks. Your friend who never worked has 80 marks. You have 3 years of experience. He has 0 work experience. I'm sure 90% of the organization will appoint you the job. So stop comparing your marks with someone who's only studying. Second thing is, you have your weekend. Completely spent with your family, completely spend with people who love you. The friends won't come in the picture here because they want you every day. So when you differentiate these things, life becomes easy. I'm still working in a post which needs my involvement on a daily basis, but still I'm spreading my message. I'm coming online every day. I don't know how many of you know, I come every day online with a couple of 1 or 2 breaks, right? Giving these answers people are looking for. I hope I've answered. Could you please brief me about time management? Yeah. And the other thing is on time management is never ever time managed based on the time. Time is constantly moving. If you hold on to something which is constantly moving, what happened? You will stretch and you'll hurt yourself. Right? I'm a person, I always tell people, don't focus on managing time, focus on managing projects. Am I finishing my chapter today? If I finish my chapter today, I will sleep, or else I'm not going to sleep. So you have 5 chapters, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Chapter 1, chapter 2, chapter 3, chapter 4, chapter 5. Not the time. I'm going to finish and only I'm going to sleep. Second thing is, chapter 1 you did. Second day, your mother tells you to go for a party. It is very important. You sit there, you don't think about your party, you don't study, and you constantly think about the party. I would say go enjoy the party. Third day, do 2 chapters. Then chapter 4, chapter 5. So that is how you do. Instead of managing time, instead of holding on to time, go project based. That is better performance. That is more satisfaction you get than, oh, today 9 o'clock, oh, I can't study. Oh, hey, 9 o'clock, I'll go enjoy the party, but I come back, I'm going to study. That is how you become more flexible. I hope I've answered all that question D'Souza is asking for. Right? So guys, we got a great comment from the college itself. They're very happy with the response. Great, go ahead. You guys indirectly, the Students Association, they're telling you did a great job, right? Right, keep up the work. Right, go ahead. Next question.
Okay, sir. Mahalakshmi Shanbag again asking one question, sir. So she have 2 dreams, sir. She want to become a woman entrepreneur and also become a politician. Want to become a politician. So yeah. She is asking how to choose between those 2.
Okay, see, I'll tell you a simple answer. Right. There are many celebrities who's being a politician, right? So be an entrepreneur, then get into politics. What's the problem, right? The point, what you don't understand is that many celebrities have made their name, made their fame. You have a follower, you can get into politics the easiest way. Politics is, if you have that certain set of contacts and certain set of influence, political party will call you to be a politician. So make that easy. So I always tell people, be someone first. People will call you when you're ready for it. But first, be someone first. Right? So be an entrepreneur. Do whatever you like. Get that money in. Start your own political party. If you're an entrepreneur, you're going to have a lot of money. If you want to change India, go start your own political party. Why be a part of a political team where you can yourself, like for example, I don't want to use names, but it's just an example. Now, Arvind Kejriwal of Delhi, right? He was an IIT student. I don't know if he worked. I really don't know his history. But now he has gone into his own political party, right? It has started from a very short time, right? So you can do it that way also, but be someone first. You have to get into it. So if I would tell you what you have to do, I would say do both, right? Do your entrepreneurship, parallelly learn about politics, how to get into it, what are the systems it is, how do I stay in it? Do parallelly, so that when you're ready to flip, you can flip whenever you want. I hope I've answered the question, Mahalakshmi.
Okay, sir. So next question, Sufan Ahmad Hitler. He is asking, is it good to keep plan B while choosing career?
Yes, it's always good to do plan B, because if your plan A doesn't work, you have plan B to look into it and stabilize yourself and then go up to your plan A again. Most people, I know most of the great people tell you that go plan A, go plan A, go plan A. Don't think of plan B. Don't give anything. Don't think of that. Is the most dumbest thing I have ever heard from a lot of people. You should never ever do that. There's a difference here. Have a plan A. Work on a plan B and cut it and put it in your pocket. Work on A. Then never think about if I fail, right? Now people will say never have that if I fail attitude. Yagi, sometimes God won't give you everything. Life can't give you everything what you ask for. And that time the failure will happen. At least you have a plan B to stand on it. And once you stand on that plan B, go up after your plan A again. But if you don't have a plan B, you lose your plan A, then you will sit and say, What am I supposed to? Then you have a lot of free time. You will say, oh, you start thinking. Your friend will pass through plan A. You are still sitting with plan A. Oh, my friends have achieved it. Look at mine. Slowly, you get demotivated. Slowly, you'll believe you have depression. Slowly, you'll say, I'm not worth it. Slowly, you go to medication. Slowly, you go and mess up your life. And then you will see a true failure. Right? So always have a plan B. It is always safe. Right? But don't think about your plan. Plan it, pocket it, and then work on your plan. I hope Safan Ahmed, I've answered that question. Next, which one do I pick? Kritika? She got really busy here. Okay, let me pick this question. Okay, so Mona's Goswami's question, how to overcome guys, I'm looking down because my laptop is down. My questions come down there. So that's the reason I'm looking down, right? How to overcome self-doubt while working towards my ambition? Mona, that's a very good question, right? So what you need to understand is that first of all, you should have a clear idea about ambition, right? Once your ambition is clear, then your self also will be clear. Once your ambition is doubtful, then you begin to doubt yourself. That is point number one. So have a very clear ambition and have a clear idea to reach that ambition. Because if you don't have a clear idea to reach that ambition, then again the self-doubt will come. Second thing is know what your strength is and know what your weakness is. Know what your strength and know what your weakness is. Only work on your strength and not your weakness. Now everyone will freak out. How not to work on your weakness? Work only on your weakness if it's an obstacle to your ambition or your dream, or else don't work. If you want to be an English teacher, work on English. If you want to be a Hindi teacher, work on Hindi. Don't go and study English because English sounds very good. Right? So what you need to do is that. And third thing is stop comparing. You only doubt yourself when you compare that self with some other self. So when you start comparing and stop comparing that self with the other self, your self-doubt will start stepping outside. I hope I've answered that question. I think Gautika, Altaf, I think everyone is getting this answer. They're getting a response from the people that they got the answer. So that's all good. Right? So
next question, Deepika Rao. It's a very good question. He's asking which language is really important for our career or not.
Don't know if you are. I don't know from where she's from. If you are staying in, in Tamil Nadu, for example, and you are in Chennai, and you are going to be a Tamil teacher, and you're only going to talk Tamil to every person who you know, why you have to go and talk English? Point number one. So a language is only important if that language is a barrier to your career. For example, if you have to talk English in the dream job which you're looking for, then you go to learn English. But if your dream job is not about, like if some people specialize in Tamil or specialize in Hindi, why you have to work on English there? Because English is a global language and it helps you for what? You're only going to talk Hindi, why you have to learn English? If, for example, you're a business person, and whole community only talks Marathi. Why you have to go and learn English? What is of use of you? There's no use. But then your dream of you want to be a doctor in the US, if that is your dream, you're in English. That is how you see it. It's not English related to the career. It is English related to the career which you select, which makes that difference. Right? I hope, Deepika, I've answered that question. For you.
Yeah, sir. So next question from Prima Lobo. How to find the answer for what career is right for me?
What career is right for me? I can't tell you. You should look into yourself and find out what is right for you. If I tell you, go be a great swimmer, because, you can dive in and collect a lot of gold, but you're so scared of water, you can't be a swimmer's career, right? So what we got to understand here is that it is not what career is right for you, what you can do or what you are made to do and what career do I have in link or in sync to that. If you're a good singer, go ahead, be a singer, right? If you have a better plan, or if you have specific, I already talked about this previously in this conversation, right? About selecting career. You should look into yourself. Look what people are complimenting me. They'll say, oh yeah, you're very good at talking. Oh, you're very good at solving. Oh, you know to fix problems. Oh, you just look into your system around. Oh, you talk very well. So if you talk very well, sales is good, marketing is good, public speaking is good. That is how you got to go back into your past. What is good? What am I good at? With that goodness, how can I charge money, or how can I be of service to someone? Then the career will step out. I will never tell you what you're supposed to do. I will only tell you what you're supposed to know. What you have to do is your call, right? So look into yourself, look into your life, and find out what is that me all about. Who am I? What difference can I make? A career will jump up, an idea will come up, and see how we can build it up from there, right? I hope, Lobo, I've answered that question.
Yeah, sir. So next question from Priya Lake. Is it good to go in for higher study or choosing job?
Oh, I would say do both if you can, because I have done all my life higher studies, working and studying. If you can do both, that is the best thing you can do, right? Especially courses like MBA, do both. I would never say leave everything, go do an MBA and get that thing through, because there's a lot of distance courses at the end of the day where you can do MBA really for cheap. I'll tell you one tip. Don't take it from a negative sense. Certificates is only useful for your interview. Certificates is only useful till your interview. Second thing is, after you pass 16 to 20 years of work experience, no one will ask you which degree you have, which masters you have. Right? Understand these 2 points and understand the concept at the end of the day. Right? So I hope I've answered that question. Right? Yeah. Okay, so I got the question also. So the question here is work experience. What happens here is that, okay, let me make it a little more smarter way to make you understand it much more better. Education plus work experience is when the wisdom steps out. So how quick you want to understand the wisdom is your call, right? Because if you're working, if you're studying, you have the knowledge, you apply it on your work experience. You understand how the work experience works. Then you go do your master's, then you become a master of it, because you have both your educational experience and a work experience where you can use that master's information to put in your work experience and gain growth. But then higher education, if you have placements, if the placement is good, if you think you can go through the placement and make a difference, go ahead. I'm not stopping you from doing anything. But the point, what you got to understand is people need both in this world. It is your wish if you do only studies and go through the pattern, or do both and go through the pattern. I'm dead sure if someone asks me, or you start a new business, first thing you'll ask is, what's your experience, not your education. Because you want someone who have worked and not someone who's just out of fresher. People ask me, freshers, why don't they get a job? Simple. Freshers, whoever is freshers and who wants to get a job, go and work for free. You will get that job. Gain that experience. With 6 months, go apply for some other job. Easily you'll get a job. Rather than being a fresher, trying out for 1 year, 2 year, 3 year, and then you go and join in a very low job which you don't have. Right? I hope I've answered the question.
Yes, sir. So Sumuk Nayak is asking, people give me negative comments. I does not get confident. Always negative thoughts come. I am weak.
Got it. So let's see from this way, right? Let me see from where this guy is coming from. Doesn't have get confidence. Okay. Now, when you say people, you have to differentiate these people. Family, others. Get this point very clear. When you say people, family, others. Family means mother, father, brother, sister until marriage, husband, wife, children until marriage. That is family for me. Once your brother, sister gets married, they're out of the family, things can change. So that is your family. Now, the other thing what you got to do here is comments within the family. Yes, it hurts you, it hits you negatively, but I really don't know if it is. But when you say people give negative comments, my feeling is it is coming from outside. That is the feeling which I'm getting by your question. Always remember something, whenever you take a first step forward, you have your one leg front and one leg back. Most of the outsiders will look at your one leg back. Only you know why you took this front step. So focus on that leg and not this people who's giving back. The other thing I tell people is always think that you're sitting on top of an elephant. Down below, dogs will bark. Let them bark. You're sitting on top of an elephant, no? And when you start seeing that you're sitting on top of an elephant and nothing matters, these dogs are going to bark anyways, what do you do? When you go in a car, have you ever seen dogs will come after you barking? What do you do? Hey dog, why are you barking at me? You'll never say that, right? Because you know dog is barking. So that is a negative comment, it's coming to you. But would you look, hey dog, stay quiet. I am Nayak here. Don't bark at me. I am going in a car, please. You won't do that. So don't be an entertainment piece for them. They are negative feedbacking you so they can pull you down, right? Only take information from people who gives you genuine feedback. Some people give genuine feedback. Sometimes you're in the wrong direction. Maybe they're making you in the right direction. I don't know. It depends on how you see things. If it is outsiders, forget it, man. Once you change, new people will come into your life. Don't hold on to it. How do you build up this confidence is to take small step towards the dream which you have. Don't go and take this big dream. Don't go and compare yourself to someone else. You're going to demotivate yourself. So take these small steps and everything goes fine, right? Go ahead. I hope I've answered that question.
Next question is from Leonard Lewis, sir.
Yeah.
He is asking how we can grow in our career.
How can you grow on your career?
Yes, sir.
See, it's a very general question. I always tell people is study, learn, work, help everyone in the organization so that you learn faster. Don't focus on just doing your job. Go and do every other person's job if you can. And when you start doing that, the opportunity will come with time. I never went for any formal interview. I was always rigged into it because I was helping. And that is, when you know how to solve a problem for that job better than anyone else, your growth of career is guaranteed. Focus on that. Got it? I hope I've answered the question. There's one question we missed in here before. I'm in my final year. My exams are hanged. No jobs. Skill up myself. But where to apply my skills during pandemic? You have nothing. You can't apply anywhere right now when it's lockdown period. But what you can do is right now is build up the skills which you're looking for. There's a lot of online courses. There is a lot of certificates. When I'm on LinkedIn, I see every other day kids are saying, oh, I did this career, I did this course, I did that certification. Everyone is showing off their certification. Always remember something. After this pandemic, whoever is going for an interview, the first question they're going to ask you is, what do you do during your pandemic time? At that time, you should have the whole list of certifications which you have done. Every day, I joined this course, I did that, I did this, I got my training, I'm certified, I'm doing that, my future plans to do this. Always remember, after this lockdown opens, you're applying the job, the first question every interview is going to ask you that. Do you have an answer? If you say, no, I just sat there, watched TV, watched Netflix, watched all the entertainment, watched no movies now. Okay, movies are banned now. Watched all the old movies and all that, and that is the answer you're going to give interviewers? My friend, you don't have any job, because the other people are getting certified so fast, right? It's a small fee. Some are free courses, but make sure you get this free time. Many people tell me, I have this great dream, because of my studies. Now, this girl who asked me this question, I have a different dream. My parents are not allowing me. Work on your dream right now. Your parents won't tell you sit and study, right? So work on that dream right now, right? I hope I've answered that question of Bharati. Next question, Gitika, which one I pick?
Next question is from Praful Ratnakar, sir. Is it okay to indulge in maximum time of day in our desiring career and leaving other thoughts of social media?
Yes, 100%. If you have your desired career, work on it, work on it, and work on it. Nothing more, nothing less, right? Because once you start doing that, you have an edge when compared to other people. You don't need, see, I didn't socialize for my, after 18, when my age was 18, when I started working for, I think for 10 years, I didn't socialize with anyone. My socialization was people within my career. My socialization was colleagues, my friends, no one outside that, because my focus is manager, 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 as quick as I can, right? Now, if you really love what you're doing, you don't need to socialize. The problem, why do people always ask me about the socializing thing? You have to entertain, you have to, it's because you don't love what you're doing. When you don't love your job, you want entertainment. When you don't love your family, you want friends. When you don't love your yourself, you want to see other people and see them and feel good about it. Get this point very clear. If this is understood, right? If you love what you're doing, nothing else matters. Even social or community or nothing else matters. You'll be completely focused on whatever you want to do. Next question, Gitika. Which one do I pick? She's the chief.
Next question, sir. Sridhar Rajamane. He is asking, what's plan for going good entrepreneur in future?
Okay. So Raj Mane is asking on being an entrepreneur in future. See, entrepreneurship is see, the thing is, what you don't know about entrepreneurship is that it is something different from career, right? When you say entrepreneurship, it is not career, right? Because it is a system which you're creating, right? It is not related to a specific role. It is a complete system which you create. For being a good entrepreneur, there's many factors you need to understand. First is you need to have a very good idea. You should have a great team to execute that idea or plan out and bring it into a product or service. You need a customer to buy that service or product. You can serve 1 million people or 1 crore people and charge 2 rupees to them and keep 1 rupee for making the product and 1 rupee as profit, and you can make 1 crore rupees. Or you go more to most richest person and solve their 10 crore problem, so they give you 1 crore out of it. That is entrepreneurship in a simple sense, if you really look at it, right? But then there's a lot of hard work. It is not, most of the people see successful entrepreneurs and tend to see the final product of what they're doing, and they try to think that I can be an entrepreneur. There's a lot of hard work which they put in. There's a lot of 16 to 20 hours every day they have worked for 5 to 10 years to be what they are right now. Are you ready to put this time, or are you ready to work 8 hours shift in an organization? So you should be ready to work. You should be ready, because if you're getting into entrepreneurship, many other people more than your family's life is at risk. Because if that is not done correctly, many people lose jobs. That is why many mess-ups are happening within this organization, where many people are losing job because of that, right? So I hope I've given you a summary on entrepreneurship. But then last thing is the money part. You should really know from where to get the money. Do I work first and make the money and then invest? Do I ask various mediums or various investors to get into it? That should be very clearly understood before getting into entrepreneurship. I think this is just the basic principles. Go and start reading. You need to read a lot to be an entrepreneur. I hope I've answered that question too.
Yes, sir. So next question, Sumuk Naik is asking, my parents have given me lots of freedom in school, college life. I am hesitant to work outside. I don't have habit of economic activity.
My parents had given me a lot of freedom in school, college life, and if he has given a lot of freedom, he should be happy to go and work outside, no, because he had all this freedom. What I don't understand, the question is not very clear. My parents have given me. Gitika, did you understand the question, or is it me?
Yes, sir. Means he is asking how to manage the economic things. Means with money related expenses, sir.
Okay, a lot of freedom. I'm hesitant to. No, he's saying I'm hesitant to work outside.
Yes, sir. I don't have habit of economic activity. Means you don't have habit of the expenses. How to
Okay.
manage the expenses, sir.
So the thing is, now managing expense or in future, at the end of the day, I think I've understood. He has given all the money his parents have given him, and suddenly now slowly things are coming onto his responsibilities, and now he's just doubting himself if he can do it or not. Let's make it very simple. If you don't know the value of money, you cannot utilize it in the right sense. For example, you know what to wear, you know what dress I need to do, you know how to look, because you value yourself. Same applies to money. Money is like a friend. There is a great quote told by one of the great thing: managing money is like managing a lover. If you give attention to the money, where it goes and where it comes, it will always stay with you. If you leave it free to go around, some other lover is going to take it and go on with it. That is a simple example to understand money. Right? I think Altaf liked it a lot, right? So that is money. Give it a lot of attention. Focus it. If you want, start writing every day a book of how much money I'm spending and how much money I'm getting. You start doing that and start and track every single penny or every single rupee or paisa which is going out and which are coming in. Automatically, that economic activities will come into you. Right now, initially it was like parents was a bank account. Mama, I need 1,000 rupees. They give it to you. Now that mama's not giving 1,000 rupees, now he's like, oh, what am I supposed to do? So get accounts into that and think. I really, frankly speaking, I know I didn't answer your question 100% because I feel it when I answer it because the question is not clear. Nayak, if you can reply that question in a better way, we will let you know. Okay, go ahead. Next, Gitika, question.
Sir, next question. Very serious question, sir.
Okay.
What pressure has to do in this current situation, whether choosing their career or taking care themselves from this pandemic? Deepika Rao is asking, sir.
Okay, my answer is do both, right? 24 hours, you're not going to work on a career, you'll be a mental patient, right? So what you need to do is that two things: divide your time. One is career, one is taking care of yourself. Because sleep properly, right? Relax, chill. But what you need to do is that because you're a fresher, you have a lot of things which you can improve very fast, right? You have a lot of energy with you. You're not like an old person. I'm not old also, but coming to the old age with time. But what I'm trying to make you understand is first thing, you're a fresher, get certified, get trainings, public speaking, listen to speakers. Now you're in this show, you're doing a great job. Find many shows like this. How can I build up the career? How can I work it on? Start getting these certifications and then take care of yourself also. Because if whole time you work on these stuffs, you will go a little bit crazy sitting in that four walls, seeing it every day, right? So entertain yourself, have a nice time. Maybe you need to look in a certain way, exercise for sometimes, look in a certain way for that job which you're looking for. Do both. I always tell people always give me this or that. If you can do, I know you, by the question which you're asking me, I know you can do both. Any person can do this both. And I'll tell you something, you get your career also, please take care of yourself. Because after some time your health will go, your career will also automatically go. Taking care of yourself should always be one part of it. It is because who you are, you're getting the things. If you change or if you improve yourself, obviously your career also will improve with time. I hope, Deepika, I've answered that question. Oh, thank God. I think Sumak Nayak, he says thank you. So I think he got the answer. So that's good.
Yeah, sir. We're done with all questions, sir.
We're done with all questions? You're sure? Guys, no more questions? Okay, I think, Gitika, you have some questions. Yeah, go ahead. Shoot. Gitika, what happened? When she's ready with the question, a computer freezes. Ta-da-da-da. It's really cool. Altaf, any question for you? Anything you feel?
No, sir. Actually, about the topic about career was covered, and I think positive was more. than the career now.
Yeah, no, I can talk about career. See, the point here is that I always see now I can see there was a balance.
Because
Yeah.
because the person who are asking the question, those are much much interested to know about their this one positivity in their life
In the life,
and the
yeah.
career.
No,
That's
because I will tell you something. I see. There is a side thing of it, right? At the end of the day, if you're not positive, if you're not happy, whatever career you do, you won't achieve it at the end of the day, right? What I tell people is that you have a certain career. If you're not happy with your relationship, whatever career you do, you'll always be frustrated because you go back to the relationship again, right? So that is the reason I took it from that point of view, right? I think many people are giving a very good feedback on this. So Gitika, what was your question? You came with your great question and the screen froze up.
Sir, my question?
Yeah.
Or people's question?
Your question. Now let's go. I think people's question are done. I don't think any more questions. YouTube, any
Yeah,
questions?
sir, we are done with people's question.
Yeah, YouTube, if you have any questions, please feel free to put in the comments column and I can reply, right? If not, then our job is done. So Shannon, Altaf, Gitika, you guys don't have any questions from the...
Yes, sir, I am having one question, sir.
Ask,
I want to ask.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. So we are talking about positive, how to think positive, right, sir? So there is some situation in which we can't go positive.
Yeah.
For example, I want to tell you something. I am completed my master's studies, sir.
In what?
And right now I am looking for a job. And I have attended 3 interviews, sir.
Yeah.
So from 3 interviews also, I got rejected, sir.
Yeah.
Then every time after the rejection, I conclude to myself that, Gitika, you can't do anything, you are waste body.
So what did you masters in?
So masters in economics.
And which jobs did you apply for?
Many jobs. I am trying for lectureship also and in company also for business manager or something like that.
Okay. So what you got to do, you are saying business manager.
Yeah.
No manager post you will get without experience.
Yeah.
So what you need to do? Yeah, go ahead.
They are looking for the freshers also. So I applied, sir. But I'm telling you,
I get
in
it.
interview, I failed.
In interview fail. So now your next question is, why am I failing in the interview side of things?
No, sir. How to take that in positive way, sir?
Okay. So that is a problem. So you're happy. Okay. So now let me see how to see from a positive sense. As a baby, when you were trying to walk up and stand on your legs, how many times did you fall?
So many times, sir. I don't remember.
Interviews like that only. Until you learn to stand, until you go and reach to a level, until you go and reach to a certain capacity, you will start losing. Or maybe your expectation is very high. Ever tried out applying for a job and told them I'll work for free?
No.
Try that, you'll get a job, right? So that is what I tell people, right? Go ahead and work for free. If they forget the salary part. Having no job is much more worse than having, sitting at home, right? So what you need to do is go, instead of sitting home, go online. Is there any online things I can work for? What is happening is trial 1, trial 2, trial 3, I'm not worth it. There are so many people who have gone for 10 and 20. 3 interviews is just a start. Right? In the first one, yeah, so 1, 2, 3 is just a start. You just went for 3 interviews. You learn how people are. You learn how people and understand. There's a question here in interview, right? So here, we mentioned about... Okay, so let me talk about this question about interview, right? This was asked a great question. It'll help Gitika for getting her next job now. Now, let me talk about interview. First thing, Okay, let me, and since Getika is here, I will ask her some parallel questions if she did that or not, so to understand if she's doing the right way or not. Did you properly investigate about the company which you went an interview for? She's again stuck. Ta-ta-ta-ta. Okay, good. I think she's gone. So quickly, interview. She's there or she's gone? Okay, quickly on interview. Always remember one thing. You should have a complete knowledge about the organization which you're going to work for. Most of the people rush into an interview because they just want that job. They put all their effort thinking that they'll get it, and they keep their expectation very high and they go on to it, and when they don't get it, they get demotivated with time. That is point number one. Right? The other thing what you got to understand is that always remember, know your organization. Don't keep your expectation very high. Other thing what you got to understand about interviews, your body posture is very important. I know many people in schools and colleges, they're so comfortable in standing with cross their hand, right? Like this. They always stand like this when you're going for an interview. You should change your body language, right? When you say change the body languages, I'll tell you what is the best way or easiest way to get that body language right. Let me stand this way, right? What you need to do is that put your shoulder front, put your shoulder up, put your shoulder back, put your shoulder down. This is how you got to stand for an interview if you want to get that job, right? Because if your posture is negative, if your posture doesn't show confidence, automatically the interviewer will feel it. Okay. Now the third thing what you got to find out about interviews that is you should go to an interview in such an attitude that I am going to answer every question. If they give me the job or if they don't give me the job, it doesn't matter, but I'm going to thrash it and come. If you go with that attitude again, they don't control you, you control them. I'm not here to get your job. I'm here to give you a best service which no one can give you. Right? See, now Getika started smiling only. Now she got all the tricks which she's going to do. So when you have that smiling attitude, when you're going with that attitude in front of you, see how I close my interview. Boss, you go and talk to any colleague or any customer. If someone gives a negative, don't give me the job. So the confidence is very important. They see you. So as a body should be straight, upright. Okay, I'm here, sir, this is my thing, this is my CV. Ask me anything about it, right? I know everything about the organization. Why I'm applying for this job? Because I know better how I'm better for the job. Do you show that attitude to people? No. Our attitude is what? Hey, please give me the job. No. Hey, somehow give me the job. I did so much, paid so much money for my college. Somehow I need this job. If you go from that attitude, no one is going to give you the job. So your point is, I know I am the best person for your job because I've investigated about it. Now, the last thing is you should know who's going to interview you, if you can, right? And learn about them. So, for example, it will be, like you said, for business analyst, right? Whichever job you go on LinkedIn, find out who's the head of business analyst, read about him, understand about him. Maybe he's sitting there. And that says, sir, I've seen about you. I've investigated. Okay, I think you have come from this. I saw your article. It's really great. So those persons think, oh man, this guy, this girl have really investigated about all organizations, so they know about it. When you go with this attitude, who won't give you the job? They will ask the expectation of salary, right? There's two ways of doing expectation of salary. One is you pitch yourself so high, you can tell them a very high number. They'll say, we are ready to pay anything for you. Or he says, sir, for me, money is secondary. I want to be at service for you. I want to show you how I can perform. I want to show, you pay me whatever you like or whatever salary you think is right for my job. But for me, my performance is more important than anything else. That is why I'm standing in front of you, not for your money. If you start telling that, which person won't give you a job? Don't say it like this. Dependent on the people, you should talk, right? So when you have that confidence within you, people will feel it. When you enter and go only, you're rejected or you're accepted. So make sure you understand that difference or that point of view. Did I answer your question 100%? I hope so. Yeah, so this was, I hope I've answered a couple of questions on how to get through an interview. So yeah, know about the organization and know how well you fit in the organization. If you have the answer for that, generally you get through the interview, right? And lower down your expectation. Don't go for, you're just a fresher, right? You think you're a fresher?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Just completed my MA.
Yeah, don't even think of getting into manager's post because no one is going to give you. Work as an assistant. Apply for the assistant job. And then build up your career in another 3, 4, 5 years and then be that manager which you're looking for. This is the other problem. You do a certain education, you build up so much of expectation, you build up so much of ego within yourself. I am an MA, I will only do this type of job. No, you're not an MA, you're a fresher MA. Until that experience don't come in, go and work whichever job you get. And then go to your business manager or business analyst with time. The biggest mistake most of the youth they do is that I am an engineer graduate, I need engineer's job only. Go work as a technician. Go work as a cleaner in the technical field. Go work in, just assistant, you should just stand and watch them. Only as the assistant, you'll stand and watch them. But then you learn from the best and then you grow. I hope I've answered the question.
Yes, sir.
Next.
So we have some question from people, sir.
You finish your questions, then we'll go to the people's question.
Sir. Yes, sir. I also have some friends, sir.
Yeah.
They are applying from past 1 year, sir. They
Yeah.
have also the same problem, failing again and again in the interview, sir. So
Okay.
they're always used to tell me, क्या यार गीतिका ऐसा कैसे हो रहा है, नहीं मिल रहा जॉब, ऐसे हम लोग फैमिली को कैसे देख सकेंगे, etc., sir.
So two things here.
Anything you want to say
Two things there.
to
If
them?
you-
Because they are also watching your session.
Okay. Two things. If you keep doing the same thing again and again, the result is going to be the same. Right? The funniest part is the next question I ask these people, what else did you do in that 1 year? Sir, nothing, sir. I was enjoying applying. I was applying. Yeah, if you didn't change, how can you get the new job? Next question, did you do any certification? So, no, sir. I was applying for the job. Okay, how many interviews did you go? 10 interviews. In 1 year, they only went for 10 interviews. How many interviews did your friends go for the last 1 year?
Yeah, sir. From 10 to 15 interviews, sir.
10 to 15. There is
They are
300.
not unemployed, sir, now, but they are underemployed now.
Yeah, that is fine. See, they are underemployed for their education. They did that path, but did they grow after that?
I don't know.
Most people, what they do, they get the job. Oh, I should not leave this job. I should just stay in whatever way it is. So let's do it from that point of view. When you start doing that, there is a problem. And second point for you, stay away from these type of people, because they will. Maybe your job is, maybe you're ready to get a job in your next interview, but half the time when you go for the interview, your friend thought process will come. Hey, ye milne wala nahi hai. This job I'm not going to get. What? And you will go. They will feel that, oh, Gitika's job is milne wala. Oh, friends, so stay away from these friends. Their life, their problem, their frustration. You keep it. Don't put it in my ears. I am going to get a job. I am sure. I am confident. You tell them, they will stop telling you this also. Because what they're doing is, you have an energy which you make to go for this interview. These people talk and trash this stuff into your system. So your getting the job goes to their getting a job. Did that make sense? You build up this confidence, you build up this energy, you build up all this, you make an energy, and then what happens is that once you come back, they take that energy and then you go for the interview. You will lose that interview because yeah, job nahi milne wala, interview, forget it, sit home and all these things we start.
Yeah, sir. Now I am thinking same. कुछ तो होने वाला नहीं है जॉब में, इंटरव्यू में कुछ होने वाला नहीं है, बस अटेंड करो और आ जाओ.
Yeah.
I have that same thinking.
No, but so that is what. So how are you going to get the job? Because that is the attitude you do. Time pass on interview.
Yeah, correct, sir.
So that has to change.
Yeah.
Got it? Next. All your doubts are clear, Gitika, or you have more?
Yes, sir. I am clear.
Okay, all thanks to God for that. So, okay, many people have a lot
Should
of
I
good.
take next question, sir, from people?
Go ahead. I am okay. I will keep on talking until Altaf says stop or until the question says stop.
So,
I have
sir,
no issue.
Mahalakshmi Shanbag is asking again one question, sir.
Yeah.
Can you please suggest some of the online courses which is really effective for our career?
Again, this is the same question.
I
you're
also want
asking.
that answer, sir.
Yeah, this is the same question. Sorry, you are the one?
I also want that answer.
Okay,
Is there
so-
any course
See, again,
for career?
this is this reply will be the same reply I gave to the student previously, right? You should know what you want in your dream, right? You should know what courses which you have to do. It's not me to tell you. You have taken economics. What other courses are there? Maybe a certified economics by an American institute, whatever, right? Or a certified, business economical analyst from a certified UK, association. There'll be a lot of things around the world. Search for it. It is not me to tell you. It is what you now. For example, which job did you apply? Which manager?
Business.
Okay, whatever it's. I think the voice is cutting through. So whatever you have applied for, go and open the classified. Find out what certifications they have. Who in the corporate? Now, do you have a LinkedIn account? Do you have a LinkedIn account?
Yes, sir. I have LinkedIn account.
Okay. Go and find out and search for the job description. Okay. What you want to apply for. Find 5-6 persons. Go down and see what their certifications are. They will tell you which organization and how they did it. Go and do that. You get it? Life is so very simple, but I don't know why people make it so complicated. Right?
It's simple for you, sir, not for us.
That is why I'm telling you how to do it. Right? You are telling me what is the most online course. You have a plan to be a bank manager analyst or bank analyst at a company. Go and find out who is the bank analyst in that company, what education he has, what certifications he has, what online courses he did. People are all crazy that they put all their skills into LinkedIn, which gives you the access to find out what I need to do. Got it? Yeah,
That's
Kritika is live here. That's why I'm looking mostly down over here. I think I have to raise my laptop next time. So now your doubt is clear on that? Mahalakshmi, I hope I have answered your question. Right? I'm not going to tell you what you're supposed to do. I'm only going to tell you what you're supposed to know. What you do is your call, right? Because what happens is that what life throws you is a different thing. I can't gauge that, right? Go ahead. Next questions. Or Altaf sir say stop, I'll stop. I'm just joking. I'll go on talking. Maximum I've gone 5 hours talking, so I have no issues. I can go on talking until there's a lot of positive feedbacks we're getting. So that's really great. All thanks to God for that. Right. So
to ask generally,
yeah.
Generally, because now due to this pandemic, most of the person or youngsters, those are underemployed or those are yet to go for job because of this situation. They are at home or due to any reason because of they're struggling now because of this pandemic or anything for the financial reason or anything reason they are in a very bad way. So I need just to suggest them to how to stay positive.
See, now, first of all, remember one thing. if you really look at your past, everyone have asked for this. Now you'll ask me how, right? I have gone to so many corporates. When I gave sessions there, everyone talked about work-life balance. Oh, because of work, I can't balance my life. I can't balance my family. Point number one. Second thing is, I went to so much sessions in colleges. People tell me, sir, I have a lot of dreams, but engineering, I can't, no time for do my dreams. You got that time. The funniest part here is when people got all this time, now you'll say, oh no, I want my college back. When you had college, you are asking that I want this free time, I want to do this, but college is there, so I can't do. There was one girl who told my mama, papa saying something, and now I have this. So you have this free time. Whatever you have dreamed for, work on it. Whatever you have planned for, work on it. Many children tell me that my parents don't have time with me to talk to. Go talk to your parents, right? Many children, what they do is they spend a lot of time with entertainment and all, right? Oops. Okay, sorry. With entertainment and all. So what you need to do is that find out, now you have so much time to think about yourself, focus on that. The other problem here is that people are exposing to so much of news about COVID.
Yeah.
That is the other problem. Every morning, night, oh, India, this many numbers, US, this many numbers, it is improving. Someday, even I will also get COVID. So what happened?
That is a negative thing which is going on through people's mind.
Yes.
Through this news.
True. So what happens is that stop watching the news. Watch maximum, read news. I'll always tell people, maximum read news, maximum summary for 15 minutes. Not more than that. Then you'll start polluting your mind. When slowly you begin to think that, now what Gitika is going to do? She will open the newspaper. Unemployment at the highest rate. How am I going to get the job? Right? Oh my God, I've been trying it for such a long time. Yeah, unemployment for people. What I will say, which new business have started who needs a business analyst? How come business analysts are doing jobs virtually? How business analysts are surviving during the COVID situation through using Zoom or through using various broadcasting system? What cloud system they are using so they can share media. That is how you have to build it up right now. But what people do, no employment, no this one. New businesses are starting. As long as new businesses are opening, opportunities are always there. I'll tell you something, with this pandemic which is happening out, there is so much of virtual jobs which is easy for anyone to do. But no, I am an MA, no. I need manager business job only. That is where all the problem is staying. Right? So what you do is that it is not, never think that you're underemployed. You are working towards being to your top capacity. That is why I tell some kids that go and work first, then do your masters. Being an MBA fresh graduate, generally, if you're not getting placement, you have to start working as a secretary. I'll tell you now, sign and give you that. Don't sit with an MBA fresh graduate and say that I'm going to get a manager's post. It's never going to happen. Because
Sir,
if you start,
I didn't apply for that. I have an account in Naukri.com, and from there I am getting that job interviews and all.
No, I get it.
Job offers and all.
No, it is great. So you're getting it, apply it, and see, the thing is, don't do the same thing again and again. You'll get frustrated. Right? Try out different methods. One interview, go and shout the guy and see what happens. Maybe he'll give you the job. No, what I'm trying to say is that relax on the interview.
Okay, sir.
Right? Don't take it as, oh, this is the golden diamond, I should not go. You go with that fear, you won't get it. You should be in, hey, your job is crap, man, I'm going. Right? You should go into that attitude. When that attitude comes,
you are telling.
sorry, you got it, right? Yeah. So back to Altaf's question. always remember something, crisis will keep coming, right? 10 years ago also, different crises have come. Before this COVID also, great companies like Microsoft were throwing people also. So people not having jobs, new business coming in, it is all a cycle of life. You see it as a cycle of life, then you'll stop getting worried. Stop exposing so much to unnecessary news. I'll tell you the other funniest part with COVID, something is happening in US, you will sit and worry in India. That is the other problem. In US, millions of people, India also. Yeah, India is starting up. Now, the government has started now, to start a new app, all India apps. So many opportunities are coming there. Right? Always remember something. If you are after the opportunity is always there for people. I'll tell you one last secret. People change job, people die also. So there is always a vacancy. People say, no, there's no vacancy. What? People are not dying over. COVID have killed so many people. Don't you think there's so many job opportunities open for you now? That is the positive sense of seeing it. But what we do is that we get emotionally attached to these things and think that even my life is going to be like that. That is where the problem is. So most of the freshers are attaching their life to these things to feel, as a victim. I'm the fresher. Oh, this COVID has happened and I'm the victim, because that is what they're hearing from the news. Oh, I've lost my job. What am I supposed to do? And all the friends, did they all sing the song together? Also, you also sing the song. That is also happening to you also. Sing your own song. Sing your own life. People who are talking about you're jobless, you stay jobless. Don't put your joblessness stuff into my head.
Correct.
And that's the only way you can do what you're supposed to do, right? And that's how you build it up. I hope, Altaf, I've answered the question, right? The problem is not the pandemic. Pandemic is always happening. There was tsunami, there was different things. It'll keep happening, right? And unfortunately, a lot of people do lose their life. But at the end of the day, most of the questions I ask students is that, anyone in your family lost life or not? If not, then why are you actually worried, right? You stay safe, you stay calm, build up your career, build up your life and everything around that, so that once the COVID comes out, first question, if Gitika comes in my interview, I'm going to ask her, Gitika, what all did you do interview? No, sir, my friends are all discussing about unemployment, underemployment. I didn't do anything in life. Oh, thank you, Gitika. There's one girl every day did one certified course and she knows everything about economics. She knows what happened to the economics during the pandemic, and she's much more better person than Gitika. So I have no other choice than to reject you. Now doubt clear 100%?
Yeah, sir. From now, I will go confidently to attend interview, sir.
Enjoy interview. Don't take it as like same thing. Driving license also, right? When you go for driving, when you drive with fear, you never get license. Oh, I am going to drive and enjoy driving. That is when they give you license, right? That's what I believe. Go ahead. Questions? Or do I take more?
Should I read out questions, sir?
I'm ready. It's all based on Altaf and your association.
Yeah, I am asking to Altaf.
Go ahead.
No, how many questions are pending now?
3 to 4 questions.
Okay, answer up that and we'll end up the session.
Okay. So guys, the team has decided to end it up right now, but we'll just wait for the last 4-5 questions, which Gitika and Altaf have said, and we'll just move on that. Right? Go ahead. Shoot, Gitika. Which one will I pick?
Deepika Rao is asking, if a person came from middle class family and their financial life is very poor, what that person has to do if he don't get any job and also he can't work for free?
Okay, whoa, he just read my...
The person has tackled you itself.
Yeah, he just cornered me.
For free.
No. This is a very good question. She picked up all my stuffs and filtered her out at stuff. And Deepika, that is one of the most smartest questions you have asked, right? Now, the thing what you got to understand here is that is if a person is a middle class, first you got to stop thinking that you have a middle class. Middle class thinking is kind of a mindset and not a status. Get this point very clear. If you know how to manage money well, you are not in the middle class thing. That's point number one. Now the financial life is very poor. Middle class is not financially poor. So then again, there's a conflict over there. Right, and then you're talking about if a person, right, I can assume that I'm going to die tomorrow and start talking, right? So point is that we can assume and make a lot of stories within ourselves and create context on various questions. But I really love the way you have thought about it. It seems like you've really focused very well in this interview, in this session, which is really great. But what I'm trying to tell is that we can assume a lot of things. But if I talk to that person, if it is you who you're talking about, because I know it is not you, because Deepika is a girl and he is a boy. So I could differentiate your creating of the story, right? So let's see it from this way. If this is a situation right now, what I would say is that I would tell him to go and help his father to what he's actually doing. This is my one-liner. So if whatever his father is doing in that middle class family and they're poor, I would tell them to support him to see if they can increase their revenue into their family or increase their finance by he involved. Because if you're in that middle class family and you're poor, basically it's manpower which increases the revenue into the family, right? Generally, poor people work for time, right? You do for this much time, you get paid for this. So if you get into that same time thing, your finance will come in and then work onto your dream or save that money in the right sense and then work it off. I hope I counted her also, right? Guys, that's why you can ask me any question from birth to death and I directly answer it. But, you know, I really like Deepika's question. That was really cool, well thought. Go ahead, next.
Sir, last question. Mahalakshmi Shanbak is asking.
Yeah.
While doing job, how to complete my external MBA degree successfully?
While doing job, that's what I did in my life. I did an external, I didn't do an external MBA. I went and to classes, but only on Fridays, and wrote the exams on that specific place. So what you need to do is that complete my external successfully. Now you got to define what this MBA degree successfully, right? Because what happened, that is where all your confusion is. See, you are doing your job, you are doing this MBA. The success is dependent on what you want to reach or where you want to reach after doing this MBA degree. Because you're working and you're doing external MBA, you have an experience which you're building up, and then you have this MBA degree which will add you to jump to your next career. So what you need to do here is that find out what is needed. How much marks do I need in my MBA? How I should work so that I get to my dream, which I need to achieve, which you define as success. And that is how you got to do it, right? So whatever you're doing is great. I really like that people are working and studying because it makes your growth faster, your career faster. So what you need to do is sometimes your marks will be lower compared to the other people who's not doing it, right? Sometimes you can't get that much of focus, but make sure you learn it and start applying what you have learned in your MBA into the job which you're doing. Start applying it. Start analyzing it. Because whatever you study, does it apply in real life? Does these changes happen? Then whatever you learn in marketing, try it in your job role. Does it change people? If I tap a person, do they help me more? If they smile to a person, do they smile me back at me? Or you know, if I, you know, or whatever, if you're in accounts, if I try out this, does the accounts look still right? And that is how. So how to make it successful is when you can apply what you've learned in your MBA, because MBA talks about business in general. You can always apply to whichever job which you're looking for. Start applying that. That is when you grow with your wisdom. And when your wisdom is there, success has to come to you. I hope I've answered the question.
Yes, sir. We are done with all questions, sir.
That is good. So that's cool. So that's good.
Okay, sir. Now I think we are at the end of our session.
Yeah, I think we're almost 2 hours. Just one question I have. What if people ask, what's your salary when you're working for free? You're not answerable to anyone in this world. You're working for free because you love doing it, full stop. People ask me this session, why I'm doing my session for free. I say, I love doing it. Any problem with you? Or? Yeah, I do anything with my time. Sorry? Okay, so if I want to do something for free and I'm happy with it, what is the problem? Like what is the problem? You don't help your mother, you don't help your father. You're doing for free, right? So I'm saying everyone as my family, so I'm doing this for free. So what is the problem? Like people in all you pay for salary. They'll say, why you're working for this much salary? They will tell you, why don't you ask for more salary? Some people say, why you are underemployed? People will always say something because they have a lot of free time. Free time, they're going to pick. Today, who I'll pick? Oh, Gitika. Hey, Gitika, what happened? No job today. How many interviews did you go? Today, Gitika is done out. Today, Altaf, they are this Christ Old Association. Today, Altaf, being the president, what do we get? People keep talking for no good reason. But I know I'm doing it for the good for the community. I know I'm doing it for the association, for that I can be a part of that college, which has made me what I am right now. So you are working in that association to make a difference to the students. And when that is there, I'm doing for free. Yeah, what is your problem? And best is not to even hear or listen to them, because you're wasting your time and wasting your energy. That is it. I hope I've answered most of the questions, and I hope everyone liked it. There's a lot of thank you, nice and informative. So I think there's a lot of positive feedback in the comments also. So I would like to, now you guys want to close it, or you want me to close it, or whichever way. We're done for 2 hours.
I will close it, sir. I'll close it.
Yeah, so that's a lot for everyone. You know, I'll finish and then you guys can finish, right? So it's, as you know, I'm launching my live shows back today, and I think I've picked you guys as that show, right? You know, every day I do come live. So guys, thanks a lot for everyone from, you know, Christ College Old Students Association, especially to Altaf and Gitika for
Thank you so much for your time, sir.
All thanks to God. And then Sharon being the point of contact, he's the one who actually pulled me into this whole thing. And then Saurav on the IT support. He was
sir, both are worked so hard.
Both have worked hard to make the session a very successful one.
True. And
Saurav, sir.
Yeah, and Saurav has really had a lot of tension of if he's going to work out fine, but luckily
technical.
Yeah, technically he was worried, but then everything came to a success. That's what. If you're in the motivation now, people
all free of cost.
Yeah, people always ask me why, you know, if they're doing things on a benefit of the community, does it really make a difference? Saurav and Shannon had a lot of, you know, IT things. We've all worked together and made the show a success. So when you are taking these positive steps, the surroundings will support you, because everyone wants positivity at the end of the day, right? So as I tell people is, life is always positive. There's nothing called negativity. Sadness, depression, frustration, if I ask me, I'll say it doesn't exist. It's completely created, because as a baby, you never had all of this. It's only with time, when you become an adult, you get all this. My point is to tell you how to live like a baby from birth to death. Don't be an adult and then be a baby. Just live like a baby till the rest of your life. That is when the beauty is, right? Relax, chill, charm. Don't take for me. Now I remove my jacket and stand like this. What's going to happen? Nothing is going to happen. I don't even bother what you know. My jacket is like this here. I don't even bother, right? So see it from that point of view. So life is cool, life is easy, life is relaxing. And again, I would like to thank the principal also for giving us this permission to do it, right? So I even had a personal talk with him, and I hope most of your career doubts are cleared. I know it is a mix of positivity and career, but at the end of the day, both are interlinked, because if both are not interlinked, you can't only get career without positivity. Right. I hope I've answered most of your questions, and thank you for staying. I think on an average, initially we had around 80 people. Now we are around 40 people. It's really great that people are listening and being a part of this show, because at the end of the day, I know initially everyone was worried how many people turn up. It doesn't matter. If there's one person listening and if they are learning, their family changes. That should be our focus. It's not 100 people or 200 people or 1,000 people. If there's one person who I've talked to, and if that one person gets a job, their family, their career is fixed. That is our focus. That's why I did it. I'll hand it over to President and the team to carry on and close this stuff. Close this show.
Okay, sir. Whether I'm able to hear?
Yeah, you're all clear.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sir,
Okay, sir. Now, I think we are at the end of this session. I believe there is no end, because every beginning has an end, but every end is a start of a beginning, new beginning. So I thank you, sir, for grateful time and effort. The positive influencer, Mr. Deek Parassini. So thank you for sharing your thoughts and experience with us. Thank you, sir. And I think it's the time to thank even the Dr. Narayan Shetty, the principal of Christ King Institutions, who made this webinar happen under the Christ King Old Student Association, Karkala. Thank you, sir. And finally, I would thank all the participants and the viewers of the webinar and our technical support, Saurav Pujari and Treasurer Sharon Pereira. I think they have worked very hard to make this session or a live webinar very successful. So I think I will thank each and everyone, those who supported technically, non-technical members, those who made this session very successful. And once again, thank you each and everyone. So stay home and stay healthy.
Okay. Thank you, everyone. So see you whenever
thank you.
Next time, right? So thank you, everyone. We're ending the broadcast. So thank you, everyone. So see you whenever the next time we meet.
Okay, sir. See you soon for our next session or next webinar.
Saurav, where are you? Now he has come. Oh, a background support.
Yeah, he was there. He was there.
Okay. So that's Saurav, guys, who was completely doing the IT stuff.
Yeah, he was in technical field.
Yeah, technical support. So that's great. Anyways, great guys. Great job, guys. Thanks a lot for doing this great thing and spreading this message.
Okay, sir. Right? Thank you. Thank you once again.
Yeah, I'll sign out now.
Okay, sir.